Play Doom. Like, god damn it. You can spend some time away from Monika. It's okay. You're not gonna die.
Zero, they're still in the cupcake phase.
Over a week?
Yes.
No,
cupcake phase lasts months.
Okay, but even the cupcake phase isn't this. No cupcake phase is this bad.
I suppose.
He is like literally like I can't talk to Monika. Like they say I miss you like every day. Like I was say like it's not this bad. Like this literally is the same problem Base X and Music had, where they were like constantly with each other. Like they constantly needed each other. Go back to your music hobby, MC. Yeah, what happened to that? That's just like gone. They haven't brought that up in a while. Like I thought, cause I liked his music hobby, cause I was like, oh, it makes him, you know, it's like it makes him a little unique, lets him stand out. He likes music, and I'm like, oh, that's neat. And then now it's just like hasn't been brought up anymore, and I'm like, where the fuck's it? Like it was brought up like I think like once recently. Like where did it go? This is the mod with the music hobby. You see, some people forgot. It's like gone. It's not even mentioned. Like, where's his music? I think the last time it was mentioned was the record store. And that was in Act 1! They do more with that later. I'm glad it comes back at least. Don't file checker on my face or any spots where I may have missed while going over my stubble. I feel presentable enough for tonight. As I walk back towards my bedroom, I catch a glimpse of my reflection in the mirror. Fucking hell, I actually look semi-decent. I whisk up the bag I'd left at the edge of my bed. It only has a few things. Pajamas, toothbrush, as well as a change of clothes for tomorrow. I decided to leave Mom a text letting her know that I'm about to leave for Monty's and that I'll be locking the door. Again, I don't think Mom's going to be back till later, as she's going out for dinner herself with a guy from the office. Oh, which guy from the office? Mamo, I think she said his name was. I don't know who that is. Swear to God, if Mamo's a fucking reference, I'm going to murder someone. Is it Jim? Is she going out with Jim from the office? Not Jim. Jim from Bill from accounting? Turning my focus to my own situation, I sling my bag over my shoulder and check the time on my phone. 4:26 p.m. Michael Scott? No, she's not going with Michael Scott. Should be plenty of time to get to Monika's. If I don't get lost on the way there, that is. And then make my way outside. You'll like it, Zero. I'll like what? What are you talking about? The sunlight hits my eyes before I turn and lock the door. And then take my phone and go to my Maps app. I enter Monika's address, and soon enough, the app comes up with a route there. Roughly 20 minutes there. Take a deep breath. You can do this, Zero. Start the trip there. Mamo? Is Mamo an actual character? Is he gonna come into play later? Oh my god. A house soon comes into view. Unlike the others, it stands on its own. I take a step closer and see the house number clearly. 1428. That's it. That's the one. Reassured, I go up to the door and knock. They're having dinner early. Typically, some people, people tend to have dinner early, usually if they have a guest. Typically, you end up having dinner, like, kind of early so that the guest isn't, like, staying there for so long.
Yeah.
Through the single open window, hear a pair of voices debating who should open the door. One of them is clearly Monika's. Soon enough, the door clicks and opens up.
You made it. Hey, Zero.
Monika closed the door behind her. Hey. My single response trails off as any other words escape me. She looks bloody radiant. And hey, she's wearing black, too.
Stop saying that.
But it's bloody, Monika, bloody.
Stop saying bloody. Why does the sky look like there's an apocalypse? The end of the world is here.
It's just, it's a sunset. What is wrong with, someone else said that, too.
Because, like, the lighting of the sky does not reflect the lighting of the rest of the background.
Oh,
so
I mean, hey, man, they tried their best. Don't be mean.
I know.
Probably wasn't a background of this fucking thing on sunset.
It's okay.
It's not a color I expected to see her in, but it really suits her.
I'm guessing you like the dress? You've been staring for a little while now.
Shit, sorry. I blush a little. Yeah, you look gorgeous. Monika giggles cutely.
Thanks. You're looking pretty fine yourself.
I chuckle and smirk. Ah, that's all you. Do I even think of what I'm saying sometimes? I run my hand down her arm and gently squeeze her hand in my own. We just stand there for a moment, letting the early evening breeze surround us. To our shared surprise, the door opens once again. A slender figure walking out. Oh my god, Slender Man. It's Slender Man with boobs! Alright, so I'm assuming, yeah, you're right, this is her mom. They showed her mom, like, once, I think, in Act 1? Just to say, I was like, I actually don't remember. I was like, we saw her mom once, right? Like, I remember seeing her mom, like, a grand total of 1 time, I think, in Act 1, and I think that was it. I think that's the only time I've seen her mom. But yeah, she's cute. Nice sprite.
Booby.
I don't know how to do her voice. Boobies! I just say, whoa, Monika's mom got it going on, guys. Am I right?
Woo.
I'm not saying that because Monika's dad is weird, probably. He's gonna beat me up. Someone said, alright, virgins, calm yourselves. Yeah, chat, stop being weird. That is definitely a mom. I think it's a good sprite. Yeah, it's a good sprite. I like that it actually looks like Monika's mom. But I guess this is more of like a congrats to the artist more so than like, you know, this is more like a plus up to the artist. Like, it's a good sprite. I think these sprites are actually released to be free to use too. So if you're making a mod and you got to make Monika's mom, there, you got to use Monika's mom. There you go. She's just free to use if you want to use Monika's mom. I don't know what voice to give her. Like, I guess go like a deeper Monika voice.
I'm guessing this is the Zero you keep gushing about, Monty. Yeah, it is.
Monika blushes a bit at her mother's comment. Yeah, I'm Zero. It's nice to meet you, Miss Harai. Monika's mom smiles gently, giving a comforting vibe.
It's nice to meet you, too. Monika said some wonderful things about you. And please, call me Harumi.
That's a little weird. I don't know you. Monika then comes up to me, noticing the bag I brought with me.
You want me to take that up to my room?
You sure? Like, I don't mind asking.
I'm sure.
Despite being slightly taken aback by her hurried reply, I comply and give her the bag.
Nerves, I guess. I don't blame her. That was the same when I was her age.
That makes 2 of us. What? Well,
Don't
yes.
her like you relate with her, like you're also an adult.
Oh, okay, no, he meant, okay, that's what he meant, 2 of us. I was like, I thought he meant, I can also relate when I was her age. I'm like, what are you what? What are you talking about? Like, I've been nervous all morning. And that is not an exaggeration. And another figure walks out the door. This time, he's wearing a dark suit and seems to have an average build. Not too slim, but not too stocky. Oh my god! It's Tom Selleck!
Ew, I hate him.
Tom! Okay, no. That's fucking Tom No. That's fucking Tom Selleck. No, hold up. That is Tom Selleck. I have to get a picture. That is Tom Selleck. Fucking can't believe it. It's fucking Tom. Fucking. You can't tell me that's just Tom Selleck. Richard from Friends. It's him. I can't believe it. What did I tune into? Says Kobe. Is this DDLC? I can't believe Tom Selleck is abusive. Tom, no! Why would you do this, Tom? Also, why does he look like way older than Monika's mom?
I don't know.
Alright. Alright. I will say, it is a well-made sprite. You know, a very well-made sprite. Very well drawn. I don't like what he's supposed to be, I guess. Like, I like the sprite a lot. I don't like what he's supposed to be. I don't like that he's supposed to be Monika's dad because he looks way older than Monika's mom.
He looks like a mafia boss.
Yeah, like Monika's mom looks like very young and Monika's dad looks like he's like 60.
If they're rich, I could see them looking like this.
Like, fucking, Monika's mom almost looks like Monika's sister. Well, Monika's dad looks like grandpa. Monika's dad looks like a lawyer. That's what I'm saying. Monika's dad looks like a grandpa. But like I said, both really good sprites. But I don't like that he's supposed to be Monika's dad. Doesn't really give me Monika dad vibes. Monika has his hair color. That's like the only... Like, yeah, I can see that they tried to make it like Monika's dad because it's like he has the same hair color and green eyes. But Monika's mom also has green eyes. But yeah, I don't know. Monika's dad looks like a relative of Mr. Monopoly. He does. Harumi, why did Monika just run upstairs?
She's just putting Zero's things upstairs, Daisuke.
Is it Daisuke or is it Daisuke? What's his name? How are you pronouncing this? How am I pronouncing this? How am I pronouncing this? How does Google want me to pronounce it? Or is it Daisuke?
So make sure to stay tuned
What the fuck? Who's this?
to the channel if you enjoy learning.
You didn't even say it.
So make sure to
They didn't.
how to pronounce this name as well as how to say more interesting but often confusing
What the
names.
fuck is this video?
It's the intro.
Why is there an intro?
Daisuke.
What?
Meaning Daisuke.
Daisuke. It is Daisuke. I was right. Daisuke. Sure. I'll take Daisuke.
Subscribe if you like learning.
That guy was scary. A demon was telling me how to say it. Daisuke. He then grumbles something before looking in my direction. But when his eyes meet mine, I feel my breath stop. It's all from leaving my throat. Here I am, face to face with Monika's father. Everything that she had told me about him still remains fresh in my mind. Though I dreaded this day to some extent, mainly because I didn't exactly know how I would react to seeing him. But I promised myself I'd keep myself in check. Mostly for Monika's sake, but also because I don't fancy getting punched in the face tonight. He soon speaks up, his delivery being fairly deadpan. I'm assuming that you're Zero. I nod rather sheepishly, my blood running cold. Yeah, that's me. Trying to at least appear polite, I raise my arm and offer a handshake. It takes him a minute to reciprocate, but eventually he does. However, his grip is firm. Deliberately so. He releases me soon after, and I gently massage my right hand. Doesn't say anything else to me. Even if he hasn't outright said that he doesn't want me there, he's definitely giving off those vibes. By the look in her eyes, I think Harumi could tell that as well. She goes to say something, but Monika soon rejoins us.
I'm back.
Monika then looks back to me.
I just put your stuff on my bed.
I nod. Monika's dad then goes to lock the door. A bead of sweat runs down Monika's face. Clearly she's nervous about tonight. And quiet, honestly, I can't blame her. If she's nervous about, why did we even do this?
You didn't have to do this.
I was like, if Monika doesn't even seem like she's like confident in this, why are we even doing this to begin with then? It just feels like we're doing this just to cause problems. Like, I know she said earlier, like, maybe we can prove him wrong, but it's like, she didn't even seem like she feels fully for that idea. This does seem like a powder keg that we've deliberately lit. Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, this feels like there was no good reason to do this. Like you could, because now, easily the way you could have saved this was you could have said that Monika's dad or mom wants to meet him. Then there you go. Then Monika's stuck and she has to do this, you know? If it was something where, like, the parents wanted to meet, I was gonna say Zero, but wanted to meet MC, then that's your reasoning. But it's like, we made this decision. You know, it just feels weird that it's like we would go purposely make this decision that we're both like, oh no, something's gonna happen. It's like, then why do it? Like, nobody said we had to do this. And quite honestly, I can't blame her. Like, yeah, it just feels like it's here just for drama. I watch out of the corner of my eye as Monika's dad approaches his car to unlock it. Afterwards, he turns his head towards the three of us. Get in! His tone sounds a little more gruff than expected, clearly showing irritation. Oh boy, tonight's gonna be just swell. Three of us shuffle into the car and then start the journey to the restaurant. There aren't many words on the way there. Just this increasingly tense silence. So I'm gonna, I guess, take the wild assumption here and say that the reason why Monika's mom hasn't left the father is maybe, like, Monika's mom doesn't have a job or something. Like, I'm assuming there's a reason for this, right? there's a reason for why Monika's mom doesn't just leave the father, right? I'm hoping there is. Cause that was always the thing, right? I'll get into that later. It took us just over an hour to get into the restaurant, but thankfully we were able to arrive with no arguments. In all fairness, the only two people to speak during the trip were Monika and Harumi. Even then, it wasn't much to break the seeming tension. As for the restaurant itself, it honestly looks really nice. And quite expensive as well. Then again, Monika's family are better off finance-wise. Tables are laid out neatly, and there's a strong blue light illuminating the place. A suited waiter guides us to our table and takes our orders. Feeling a little unsure, I just opt for a steak. Why do I feel so out of place here? At least I'm thankful I'm not the one paying. As Monty's parents go to pay for the food, Monika turns to me. Rests a hand on my knee.
Still feeling a little nervous, Zero?
Keeps her voice gentle and low. I keep my voice low as well. A little, yeah. You? He nods.
To be honest, it's not this that I'm nervous about. It's when we get back to mine.
I stand over hers and give it a gentle squeeze. I mean, he's not really paid me much mind so far. Like, a big part of me thought he was gonna have my throat.
No, he's not.
Monika's eyes quickly dart over to her parents and her voice trails off. I go to say something, but the sight of her parents, more so her father, silenced those ideas. Monika quickly forces a smile as her parents rejoin the table.
Food should be here in 45 minutes.
Hermes sits down with a smile for myself and Monika. As for Daisuke, he wears a rather neutral expression, bordering on being dead inside. Classic Tom. There's silence between the four of us, aside from the occasional sip from Hermes. Around us, there's the clattering of plates and glasses from the other parties. Eventually, Harumi speaks up.
So, I was waiting till I met Zero to ask this. How'd you two meet?
Harumi's sudden question brings Monika back from a seeming daydream. Monika then turns to me.
You mind taking this one?
I rack my brain to form a coherent, but rather abridged recap of the last few weeks. So, you know how Monty runs the literature club at school? Monika's mother nods, listening on. Well, that's the first time we talked since the second year. We shared English class and worked together pretty much all the time.
I gotta be honest, I'm surprised no one back then thought we were a couple.
Even if there were people that did, well, it only took them just a shy of 2 years to be proven right. Monika giggles gently.
And you joined the club, and it was almost like we picked up from where we left off.
Smiles dreamily at me, seeming to reflect fondly on our past.
Those few days after were a little tense, if that's the word for it. Saturday was fun, though. I remember how excited you got the night before.
She almost confessed that day. Admittedly, I was always planning to confess during the festival. I feel like this is way too much information you usually tell, like, parents on how you met. like, this is, like, way, like, you do not go this much in detail. Like, you would just be like, oh, yeah, we met in the literature club. It's kind of it. like, what is happening? We are going. The bad part is, it's like, I'd understand if Monika's mom was prying. She's not prying. We're just talking. Like, like she's not even like prying and asking more questions. We're just like giving our like entire story. Like, god damn, MC. Maybe he's trying to break the awkward silence. I'll give him credit for that one. Like, I think the fact that they even mentioned that was like, those few days after were a little tense. I'm like, I don't know if you tell them that. What else are we gonna do? It's not like Danika's a real conversation starter. Yeah, that's where I was like, maybe that's why he's just talking about this. Because, yeah, it's been awkward the entire time. So maybe that's why. That's fair. That's fair. Admittedly, I was always planning to confess during the festival. Just wish would have been under better circumstances. My heart sinks a bit as soon as I say that, knowing Harumi will probably wonder what I'm on about. Both Monika and Harumi's expressions change. Why did you have to bring that up? See? This is what happens when he keeps talking! Monika looks worried, and Harumi looks a bit confused. To my surprise, Monika's dad speaks to Monika for the first time since I came over. I thought you said the festival went well. Monika looks away with regret in her eyes. I go to rest my hand on her knee, but she moves her leg away, and I awkwardly retract my hand. Sighs through parted lips. Whilst Daisuke looks slightly irritated, Harumi looks disheartened. Me and my big mouth.
No, the festival didn't go well. In fact, it went horribly. After the third, maybe fourth run of the recital, we ended up canceling because it was worse than we'd imagined.
She pauses to take a breath before continuing. Is Datsuki's mouth still open, or is that his mustache? I can't tell. I thought he was just in a constant, hey. Sorry.
Maybe he's a mouth breather. He has a mustache.
He has a mouth breather. He has a mustache.
I ended up storming off, and Zero came after me.
Saw a smile then returns to Monika's face.
Then we talked it out, and eventually we confessed to each other. Monika, you could have told us it didn't go well. I didn't want to seem like a complete failure again. You're not a failure. You never have been. I just wish you would have told us about what happened. You know it worries me when you hide stuff like that.
Daisuke mutters something under his breath. Monika looks over to me, once again regret in her eyes. The tension is then dissipated by the arrival of our table's food. Okay, see, now I have to talk about that. See, all of this could have been avoided if he just didn't. Again, I don't know. See, now that I brought up that I was like, oh, see, he's just talking. It's like, him talking is now led to a plot point. So now I'm like, it feels kind of forced. Because I'm like, that isn't a reasonable thing that would happen. Like, when someone asks how you two met, typically, like, it's like, typically your answers will probably just be, like, he said, oh, I'm gonna try to give the abridged version. Man gave the entire life story! like, that's even the worst part, because he said, like, oh, I'll try to give the abridged version. That was not the abridged version. Like, you told them almost everything that happened. Like, I feel like you would have just said we met at the club. Like, if you would, like, I feel like that would have lead to another question, like, oh, how did you two confess to each other or something? But typically, that question isn't really asked by parents. That's more asked by, like, girls who are really into love. So they're like, oh, how did he confess to you? You know, and stuff like that, you know? That's how that would lead to that. It feels so weird that the jump to him admitting that the festival went wrong was from, how did you two meet? Like, it just feels kind of forced. Oh, how we met? Yeah, it basically ruined her day, and I've been addicted to her ever since. That's what I'm saying. Like, it feels kind of forced. Like, I know I'm basically harping on dinner conversation here, which can feel like a nitpick, but it's like, I feel like it's an actual genuine thing I can bring up because of the fact that it's clearly led to a plot point. You could have just said he met her at school. No, that's too short of an answer. The tension is then dissipated by the arrival of our table's food. Oh yeah, that was 45 minutes, damn. Smells as good as it looks. Soon, the only sounds between the four of us are the clattering of utensils against ceramic plates and the ever so slightly audible sounds of chewing. As for my steak, it's exceedingly tender. I'm no expert when it comes to food, unless it comes to instant ramen and fried chicken, but this is probably the best steak I've had. Daisuke soon addresses me directly. So, Zero. I respond wordlessly as I'm still eating. Have you made any plans for after you finish high school?
Uh-oh.
I pause for a moment to swallow. I was actually thinking of applying for Hokkaido University. I see. Might I ask why haven't you already applied? His tone gets weirdly confrontational. Well, the last couple of days have been quite stressful. Why Hokkaido University of all places, might I ask? I didn't sign up for a fucking interrogation tonight. Yes, you did. You said you wanted to have dinner with their parents. You fool! That's what dinner with their parents means! When you basically signed up for an interrogation. I'll say, that's what dinner with your parents is! Actually, they didn't even suggest this. You did. You made this happen. You made your bed. You're gonna sit in it. Why am I the dad now? Why'd you make this major life decision? Doesn't sound like an interrogation. That is also true. Maybe he's like trying to base it off of his tone. Because maybe he's like... Actually, yeah, no, actually, even his tone, he's kind of nice. I don't know. He was just like, why Hokkaido University of all places, might I ask? He even said, might I ask? He was polite. Like, this isn't the part to say the interrogation. You could have saved it probably for like a later question. He was just saying, oh, why are you going there? MC's the bad guy. I mean, it's close to home, and it's got a very promising music production course there.
Monika mentioned you're a musician.
Oh my god, they remembered. I nod. Yep, my mother helped me with getting into that. Hermi smiles nervously, trying her best to ease the seeming tension between Daisuke and myself. And what are your plans if that doesn't work out? I haven't thought of a clear plan yet, but I'm sure I'll think of something. Daisuke grumbles something under his breath and averts his eyes from me. Part of me wants to question what exactly he just said, but I told myself I wasn't going to cause a rift. So far, all this man has shown me is that he is a baby. All it's just been is grumble, grumble, grumble. Like, he hasn't even, you know, like, had an imposing presence or been like, what do you mean you have a plan? You need a plan. He's just been, we're afraid of this man. Man's a baby. He's just a big old toddler. He's just grumbling to himself. And then it's revealed that he's a failed musician and he instantly likes us. Oh my god, and then we have to beat him in a rap battle. And then I have to sing Bopi both.
Oh no.
And then we can have a, what you may call a dad battle. And then...
Stop.
Stop. Part of me wants to question what exactly he just said, but I told myself I wasn't going to cause a rift. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Monika mouth something with an understandable irritated look on her. Daisuke then turns to face her. What about you, Monika? Have you filled out the application for Tenshi yet? Isn't that the private business school?
No, not yet.
May I ask why? Daisuke's tone gets noticeably sharper when addressing Monika. To be completely fair, the way he's acting is making me slightly uncomfortable.
Because I don't personally think a private school would be the best move for me. Plus, I don't have a solid idea on what I want to do. Heck, part of me has been considering getting back into music because of Zero.
After Monika's tirade, I'm a little stunned. I've never seen Monika get that blunt with anyone before. Of course, I've seen her get fired up. I shudder to think back to her outburst to me and Yuri. Just how long has her dad been badgering her about Tenshi? Given just how fed up she sounds, I'm guessing it's been a while. Daisuke's brow sharpens and I notice his hand tense up. In response, Monika shrinks into her seat. My eyes dart between them, fearing what may happen next.
The pair of you, cut it out!
Hermi's sudden interjection is hushed and desperate. Monika's first to back down, shortly followed by her father. Make a quick glance around us. There are more than a few eyes focused on our table. More than enough to make me feel a little uneasy. We then continue to eat our dinner in silence. I'll check the journey here. It's a very heavy silence. I'm just worried what would have happened if Hermi hadn't stepped in. For some reason, I feel a lump in my throat. Well, I guess okay. So now we have some implications now. So I guess Monika's dad beats her.
Oh.
Well, I mean, at least from the implication. Again, it could not be, you know, I don't know, because it like slightly like, you know, when he slightly raised his hand, she got like upset. She like sat down. So it's like, I guess he does hit her. So there's that, I guess. Oh, cool! I was like, again, as if Monika's life couldn't get worse. Again,
cool.
it could just be, you know, implication, just, you know, he getting a little upset. Maybe that's all it was. Maybe he doesn't actually do it. But, you know, would I really be surprised? Not really. Considering this mod is just, Monika has the worst life. I cup some of the lukewarm water and lower my face. Feeling of the warmth. So I will say, I will say this, sorry. I did like Monika standing up to her father, because that was something I always felt like Monika would kind of have with her father. Like, if there were to be a kind of, like, thing like this, where it's like Monika's father wants to be perfect, I always feel like they would just kind of always be at odds with each other. I don't think he would have beat her, but, you know. I always thought, like, if you were to have the strict Monika father, I always feel like it'd be something where they always are at odds. Because Monika seems like the type of person to be confident and always, you know, let's say, like, it's the whole thing where it's like, I want to do what I want to do with my life, Dad. And then Dad being like, you gotta follow the family business, you know. That's always felt like that's how the dynamic would be. Not Monika has Natsuki's dad. Like, that's what it feels like. It feels like Monika just has Does Natsuki have a normal dad? What's Dad Suki like in this mod, huh? What's he like in this world? I want to know. Maybe he's okay. They traded dads. Oh no. What's a Disney Channel original movie? Parent Trap. No, that was the one where they got the parents together. Wasn't there a movie where they switched parents? Is that even a Disney? Oh, it just sounds like a Disney Channel. Dad swap. Like, meanwhile, Natsuki's dad is like loving and like great in this one. The parent heist. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe there's something. I knew it had to be something. He's evil, but he's less rich. I swear to God, if Natsuki also has an abusive dad, I'm gonna be like, what? Fucking double the abuse. We're two for four right now. How's Sayori's dad looking? A feeling of the warmth soaking but like I said, I liked Monika standing up to her dad. I feel like that's kind of how I feel it would be, you know. Obviously, I can understand why she might not stand up to her dad too much in this mod, because he abuses her, so sure. I can see that. But I could also see Monika kind of being somebody who won't really take that. I feel like if she got hit by her father, I feel like she would, like, leave. Or, like, step out. Like, I feel like she would not just stand there and take that. I feel like I feel like the character who would probably stay there or feel like they're stuck there is someone like Natsuki, because she's, like, you know, always mean and she wants to look tough. Or someone like Sayori. I feel like Yuri, I'm torn. Yuri might stay there too. I always feel like Monika would probably just leave. She would fight back. Her dad's weak as fuck. No, she would not. Monika would fucking punch her dad and they'd be in a fist fight. I do not think that would happen. No. She would not fight her dad. But yeah, I am waiting to see what kind of explanation, though, it is why Monika's mom is still with her father. Like I said, I'm assuming it's because she doesn't have the money to be able to take care of her and Monika if they left. I'm assuming that she's only with the dad. Maybe it's because he's rich still. You know, maybe they're in a shitty financial situation. Have a scene where MC teaches her how to fight her dad. Hit him with the old fuzz bucket slammer. Feeling of warmth soaking my skin helps provide some relief from the stress I've been able to mask for a decent chunk of the night. As we got back, Romy and Daisuke stayed downstairs while Monika and I went straight upstairs. Monika opted to get changed as soon as we got upstairs, meaning her room was temporarily off limits for me. At least she was nice enough to hand me my pajamas to change in the bathroom. After drying my face, I pick up my clothes and walk over to Monika's room. I shut the door behind and approach Monika's room. I overhear the sounds of glass bottles clattering. Not long after, I hear Harumi get quite obviously annoyed. Oh no, he's a drunk! Of course he is.
Seriously? Another one? That's the third bottle we've had since we got back.
Tomorrow's my one day off. I don't see any issue. Shaking my head, I knock on Monika's door.
It's open.
She certainly perked up since we got back. I open the door and let myself in.
Hey, Zero. I'm just gonna get some water. I'll be right back.
Monika rushes out almost as soon as I enter. This is like a random... It's like a random thing. Why do we... I'm not like attacking the mod for this. I just thought it was funny. Why does she always say like hey or our name, you know? Like, she always like, hey Zero. Why should she just say hey, you know? You know who I am. You know, it's just funny. It's always like, hey Zero. Hey Zero. Hey Zero. Hi Zero. And it was just funny. Just, why don't you just say hello? You know me. I know you. Luckily, she should only be gone for a couple minutes or two. In the meantime, I just stretch and let out a long yawn. She's called us babe, right? I think she's called us babe after she said our name. Like, it's just every time she greets us, I think it has been like, hey, Zero, you know, like, and it's just like, why don't you just say hey? It's either hey, Zero, or babe. I take babe. You know? I don't know, I just said it because it's not something, you know, you don't talk like that. That was my thing. Like, people don't talk like that. When you see somebody, you know, you're just like, hey, you know, like, if you already, you don't just like, when Monika goes somewhere, you know, if Monika comes back, or even when I wake up, I don't say, hey, Monika. Like, I'm just like, hey, you know. I hate Babe, though. Babe is fine. You guys are just being rude. You hating on love. Stop hating on love, chat. Stop hating love, chat. Appreciate love. Quite frankly, I just want to sleep with my arms draped around Monika. Babe reminds me of a pig on the farm. I go to rest my hand on the desk. And then, to my surprise, I feel something. I look down and my eyes meet a small orange container. Read the label, one word sticks out. And there it is. There it is. And it's been confirmed. Monika has depression. How the fuck do you say this again? How do you say this word again? This word's annoying.
Mirtazapine.
Mirtazapine. Mirtazapine? Isn't that for treating... My heart sinks on my realization. The fact that he didn't think that she had depression is kind of like, how did he not know? Curiosity taking over, I pick up the plastic bottle. Before I can read any further, though, the door clicks open.
I'm back, love. What'd you say, wanna... Oh. So you found those.
Turn to see Monika with an exceedingly downcast look on her face. Monika. My voice shakes slightly as I set the bottle on the desk. I sigh lightly. I'm sorry, Monika. I shouldn't have...
No, Zero. You're bound to find out eventually.
She looks back at me, tears starting to form in the corners of her eyes. It's a look I remember well from not just the festival, but even the first day we spent time together outside of school. Monika wordlessly walks past me, starting to face the wall. I come up behind her and rest a hand on her shoulder.
You should leave. It's for your own good.
Wait, what? No, I'm not gonna leave. Response comes a tinge blunter than I intended, and turns to face me, tears underlining her eyes. Yet she remains silent. Desperation then grips my mind. When were you gonna tell me about this? Monika then averts her gaze.
I wasn't.
Speaks softly through parted lips.
I never wanted you to know in the first place.
Eyes widen ever so slightly.
What happened?
I can only ask myself why. We found her antidepressants, and now we just found out she has depression.
Oh.
And
Okay.
although, again, I'm kind of confused how MC couldn't put two and two together when on the rooftop when they talked about her almost killing herself that one time. But, I mean, I guess you could argue suicide can also come from stress. But still, it's like, I feel like with how much sad she's been all the time, I feel like you probably, how did you not know? Like, this isn't like Act 1 DDLC or it's Sayori where it's an actual surprise. It's one of those things where it's like, how did you actually not know? Like, she did a terrible job of hiding it.
You did, yeah.
I can only ask myself, why? Why wouldn't she want me to know about this? Bringing me begin to think of how to word my question, she lets out a tired chuckle.
Hell, I'm still surprised you put up with me for this long.
Monika, what the hell are you saying? Monika's eyes then lock onto mine. Her expression is direct.
Zero. I'm needy, bitchy, and borderline possessive. Not to even go into my depression, and God only knows whatever else is wrong with me. I know that isn't going to be any good for you in the long run. None of it is. And those...
She gestures towards the bottle.
They only help so much. And I'm genuinely scared that they're the one thing keeping me from, you know.
And then rest both hands on her shoulders and take a deep breath.
This is
Monika,
stupid.
you're not needy. Please, I'm trying to read.
I'm sorry. That was, yeah.
Save your comments after. Monika, you're not needy. You're certainly not bitchy. And if you're really that possessive, wouldn't you have stopped Yuri, Natsuki, and Sayori from hanging around me by now? Monika takes a deep breath and eventually nods.
I suppose you're right.
Monika then wipes her eyes.
Christ, I'm a wreck.
Moni...
Zero.
Monika's expression narrows once more.
You know that point in a movie where you want to scream at the characters before they do something stupid? This is that moment. You need to go. Please, Zero. Before I fuck up your life too. Because if I can't even help myself, what chance do you have? If I accidentally hurt you by doing something stupid, then I could never forgive myself.
Monika's voice breaks as she says that. Once again, she's on the verge of crying. I'm beyond stunned. Of course, I already know a small fraction of what was going on within Monika, even her suicidal thoughts. But even now, she seemingly convinced herself that she's beyond help. After taking a moment to process everything she just said, I grip her hands firmly and pull her a little closer. I'm staying. Monika leads back at me, seeming perplexed by my response. Look, Monika, I love you. I know that I won't be able to fix your depression, but I'm going to do my damn hardest to support you. I understand that things like this take time. It's time I'll gladly use to support you, get you the help you need, and spending time with you. Monika, every moment with you is time I absolutely treasure. It's time I wouldn't trade for anything or anyone else. I love you, imperfections and all. And I'm sure as hell not about to give up on you. No matter how tough it gets, I'm staying. I ended up holding back tears of my own by the time I finished. Monika eventually gives me a gentle, yet still teary-eyed smile.
I love you. But you must be some kind of masochist if you're sure about staying with me.
That manages to get a brief chuckle out of me. In that case, I'm a masochist who loves you dearly. I squeeze her hands gently. I then release her and she takes a step back.
I'm just gonna get my ribbon out. Could you go over there and turn the light off?
Of course, yeah. As asked, I go towards the light switch and flick it off. Not long after the light goes off, I hear Monika approach me.
Zero?
Voice uses invitation. Upon instinct, I turn to face her. Before I can even respond to her, she yanks me towards her by my shirt and passionately presses her lips against mine. My body first tenses up, but it quickly relaxes against Monika's grip. Unlike the numerous other times we've kissed, her passion is front and center. Her grip is firm and the sensation of her touch is tangible. As I settle into her grasp, I kiss her back, trying to match her passion. I eventually lose track of how much time we spend like this. There's nothing more I want than to protect her and everything we have between us. At the same time, though, the way she's talking has me immensely concerned. Coupling that with her dad's seeming disdain for her own damn daughter only cements the idea of a very uncertain future in my head. It's a prospect that some people would more than likely shudder at, but it's a risk I'm willing to face. After what feels like a blissful eternity, Monika inches her face away, but she keeps relatively close. In reality, the kiss may have only lasted for a few minutes, but it was worth every single minute. Partially lifts her eyelids, wearing a dreamy smirk on her face.
You wanna head to bed?
It may only have just been 9 o'clock, but an early night wouldn't hurt. Yeah, I do. We both release each other and head towards Monika's bed. As soon as we climb in and pull the covers over us, I feel Monika's fingers tugging at my shirt. I raise my left arm as she drapes her arm across me and rests her head on my chest. After she's made herself as comfortable as she possibly can, I rest my arm across her back. It takes time, but I soon feel myself drifting off to sleep. Peacefully, together with the girl I love dearly. Okay. So, now I can give my opinions. So, okay, let's begin. So, one thing I thought was kind of funny was the fact that she was like, one of the things that I thought was kind of funny was he was like, he's like, you're not possessive. Why don't you stop me from hanging out with the other girls by now? And it's like, she kind of did that with Yuri. It's like she literally did that with Yuri earlier. So I thought that was kind of like a funny thing that she brought that up. The other thing is, again, it's so okay. So. MC, I think I already gave the criticism that MC probably should have already known about her depression. I feel like this is such a weird thing that he's like super surprised about, even though that she told him, like, even though that told him about how she almost wanted to commit suicide and she's been constantly sad the whole time. Again, I think this could work if they showed Monika's personality being totally fine on the exterior like Monika usually is, and then we learn later that she actually had depression. Kind of similar to how Act 1 did Sayori, you know? But as I mentioned before, this mod keeps talking about this persona that Monika puts on, but they never show it. Monika has constantly been sad this entire mod. She has not been hiding anything. She's sad and she cries almost all the time, so it's not really a secret that she probably has depression. So it's very weird that MC couldn't pick up on that. So there's that. 2, it feels really odd that Monika is so like, you can't help me. I'm a nerd. I'm a wreck. There's no way. Like, just because she has depression. The reason why this is odd, don't want to tap the sign, but she's literally the one who helped Sayori with her depression in the side stories. So it's really odd that Monika, like, she literally helped Sayori with her depression and stuff, and she's thinking now that she has it, it's the end of the world.
Yep.
Like, it feels a little, it just feels weird, because it also kind of feels like a jab at Sayori. To just think Sayori, like, fucking is just, like, a wreck like you, too, because she has depression. Like, it just, it's like a weird indirect jab at Sayori, because it's just like, Monika's like, oh, no, I have this terrible thing that Sayori has. But before, it's like,
no.
you know what I'm saying? It's just something where it's like, it's just... It doesn't make sense to me that this is such a big thing for her, that she's making it such a big thing when it's like, canonically in this mod, she's helped Sayori deal with her depression and come to terms with it. So it feels odd that she'd be so weird about it. It feels like the side story's canon plot point is tacked on last minute. See, that's the weird part, Libatina, because it feels like that, but then it's like, there's so many references to it that it doesn't feel like that. Like, it feels like it would be tacked on the last second, but there's so many references to the side story that's hard for me to sit here and say, oh, it was tacked on last second. Like, it's just weird. Like, you feel like it would be, but it's not. And that's what makes it odd. Also, yeah, it has that same exit music whiplash of after he helps her with her problems, they just start kissing. they start making out, you know? It has that weird exit music whiplash of where it's like, Monika, I'm staying. Make out time!
I just feel so, like... I just don't care about any of this because I know how it's gonna end. One
thing I wanted to say was that entire like, you know, like talk that he just had with Monika and everything really screamed in my head, this should have been a Sayori mod. Like, yeah. The entire thing that screamed to me was that this should have been a Sayori mod. Like, that is my main issue with Within. It feels like this isn't even Monika. It feels like this mod should have been about Sayori.
They got the wrong spray.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it feels like this, because you wouldn't have to do a lot of changes for it to work with Sayori. Now, you probably have to get rid of her parents being weird, but... Or hell, actually, you could even make that work. You could maybe make that her dad, because one of those people who think, like, depression isn't, like, a real problem. You could probably have it like that, and he just says, like, oh, she's being lazy. Ooh, see, look at that. You could have had it that, like, her dad thinks that her depression isn't a real issue and stuff, and she's just being lazy and everything. Like, he doesn't believe in that. You know? Like, again, this mod just feels like it should have been a Sayori mod, and it feels like the fact that it's trying to be a Monika mod, it just causes a lot of issues.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, it's just, it's odd. There's a lot of other problems with it too, but like I said, one of my main issues is that Monika doesn't feel like Monika. There's times where she does, for sure, but then there's times where she doesn't. Like, but I think most of the mods, she doesn't. Most of the mods, she feels like Sayori, and then Sayori feels like Monika. And the only person who's correct, only people who are correct are like Natsuki and Yuri. Even Natsuki, the only weird part about it is that she swears a lot, but most of the time she's okay, and Yuri's fine too. It almost feels like they took a bunch of ideas from the side stories, X Music, Fallen Angel, and Our Time, and just put on without any cohesion. That's kind of what it feels like, yes. But yeah, the CG itself was very nice, I will say that. But yeah, I don't know. I can't really say I liked that scene. Like with the Sayori scene where I say as a void, it worked really well and stuff. I can't really say I liked that scene because I feel like it just doesn't work. I don't know. It doesn't work. It doesn't work with how things were going for me. I don't know. It just didn't work for me. The CG was very nice though. I will give it that. It doesn't work for me. I'm sorry. Also, like I said, it has the tonal whiplash of X Music where after this whole big realization happens, they have sex.
They kiss.
They kiss, yeah.
And probably have sex.
You got your Sayori and my Monika. You got your Monika and my Sayori. Sayori and Monika fans playing within. Is this or is it morning?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's still night. Okay. We'll continue. We'll wait till it's morning time to end it. We'll go a little longer. I groggily opened my eyes. I don't know if it's Monika or me. Fuck. I look towards the slight gap between the curtains and the window. It's still night. Okay, it is me. I look down to Monika. Seems then how many ever hours we'd slept, Monika been able to wriggle out of my arm and is currently curled up next to me. Making a tired smirk, I try to get up off the bed without waking her up. I walk towards the lone desk and check my phone. 11:08 p.m. Huh. I was thinking it was at least past midnight. As I set my phone down, I feel a slight pain in my stomach. I think I need some water. I leave the room. Once again, trying my hardest to not wake Monika. When I inch the door shut, I stand in the hallway for a moment to allow my eyes to readjust to my surroundings. I turn my head to look down the staircase. As I do, my ears begin to pick up sounds of the television downstairs. Sounds like some run-of-the-mill comedy program. I rub my eyes and head straight for the kitchen. Why didn't you just go to the bathroom?
No cups in there?
Why would there not be a cup in the bathroom? You need a cup in the bathroom.
What? I don't have cups in my bathroom.
You don't have cups in your bathroom? What?
Why do you have cups in your bathroom?
For when you need, for it to help you spit out the toothpaste?
You drink water? You like use cups
to rinse your mouth out with the water.
Yeah, so I just like put my mouth underneath the water tap.
You spit it out. You go, psst. I don't have cups in my bathroom. I thought it was the thing people had. Okay. Huh. I thought everyone had it.
Nope.
Scan the cupboards for a glass. I can hear some voices from other room, but everything's still a little fuzzy. But eventually finding a small glass, I grab it, close the cupboard, and go towards the sink. As I'm running the water, the voices start to register a bit clearer. One in particular. I mean, did you even see the look she gave me?
Do you exactly blame her? You've been at her for this since last year.
Oh, your suspicions confirmed, I guess. I heard Daisuke groan.
And I doubt she's forgiven you for making her panic about Zero.
Don't get me started on that lanky, pasty-faced cunt.
What kind of insult is this?
You just called me a cunt. What is this?
I would laugh if someone told me that.
I was like, what is happening?
Daisuke.
Rumi's voice is hushed and clearly frustrated.
You know those two are upstairs, and you're really saying that?
Look, I'm just saying how I see it. I'm sorry if you don't like that. He looks like a cunt. Like, what? What is this? Besides, they're probably doing something stupid anyway. This man is a baby.
He is a toddler.
This isn't even a character. This is just an evil guy. They're probably doing something stupid.
Probably, like video games or something dumb.
Why is it every time we like, it really is Exo music, where the father is just depicted as this evil man. With no remorse to him at all. It's just a big ol' evil. They're probably doing something dumb and stupid. I'll get that hedgehog. He scoffs. That's Monika's problem. She does things and she doesn't even think of the consequences. Luckily for her, she's got someone to revel in that stupidity with. I stop drinking and my breathing slows to a deep crawl. I don't even know how to feel. I'm angry, confused, heartbroken. Heartbroken? Heartbroken that her father would say such a thing about me after how close we were. Just so many things I understand but can't explain. And then hear the creaking of the sofa shortly followed by footsteps. With the way she's been with me, she better count herself lucky I even let Zero step 1 foot in my house. Tezuka then walks in the kitchen and heads straight for the fridge, not even noticing me. Now, if I'm careful enough, I could possibly place the glass next to the sink without making too much noise. Should be easy as damn it!
He broke it.
Things start shaking my hand well as the glass ended clattering with the other assorted mugs and glasses that were already there. Turned to face the fridge to see if he'd noticed me. As predicted, he had. No! It's Tom! Tom! What are you doing? He's just standing there. Menacingly. Another bottle held firmly in his hand. Hey. Sorry about the noise. I was just getting... My voice shakes and trails off under the intensity of his stare. For some reason sends a shiver down my spine. You should not be afraid of this man. This man has done nothing to make us afraid of him. He has acted like a big old baby this whole entire time and been grumbling around. There is nothing this man has done for us to be afraid of him. Like, he is a terrible antagonist. He's just like, he's so evil, and then it's like, he's just been acting like a baby. I remain silent for a moment, as does he. I'll just head back upstairs. Make it quick. His tone is rather gruff and demanding. He's almost immediately after speaking to me. I rush upstairs, mentally shaken by the small exchange and everything I'd previously heard. I'm able to sneak back into Monika's room without waking her. Her beat starts to revert back to its past steadiness. After a few more breaths to steady myself, I get back into bed. And then curl up behind her and attempt to wrap my arms around her. It's easy to do so with my right arm. With my left arm, I have to carefully inch my arm between her hip and the mattress. She stirs a little, but I'm thankfully successfully besides that. Either that, or she's a heavy sleeper. And then rest my head against her shoulder and close my eyes. Then I die. For the most part, I want to distract myself from what I'd overheard Dadsuke say. Sure, it shook me up, but I'm not planning on letting him ruin the time I share with Monika. Think to myself for a moment. Honey said that part of her might have been considering getting back to music. I might have an idea for what we can do tomorrow. Alright, now we're gonna stop it. Alright. He continues to sort of just be rude rather than an actual enemy. Yeah, he's like... The only enemy part of him are, like, implications, you know? It's like... Because, like, yeah, sure, he might beat Monika. But again, I'm not 100% sure about that. That was more of an implication. Everything else, he just seems mean. You know, like, he's not even like a big old evil dude. He's just kind of rude.
Yeah.
Which, again, like I said, if he's just rude, that shouldn't be, like, a full-on problem. I feel like I said, Monika and him would just have the relationship of she doesn't agree with her father. Like, unless it is confirmed that he does beat her, then okay. Then, yeah, there's probably something there. But I guess she's also depressed, so I guess it is kind of hard. And someone's just talking mean to you. That's kind of all you need for your brain to constantly keep thinking about that stuff. So there is that. I don't know. He's a big old baby. It's like he can't. He's not even like on the fruits level of him being like too much of a crazy psychopathic murderer to be a father. He's now just an asshole. He's now just an asshole who's too mean to be a father. To the point where I'm like, why is he even here? Like, he should probably just leave. Kind of makes me like, why is he even like here to begin with? Yeah, I don't know. Overall, things are getting a little rocky, I think, honestly. I forgot to actually mention, because I didn't talk about it, but I was mostly laughing. I really liked the exchange when Sayori was helping us get dressed and stuff. A lot of that was actually really funny. I really enjoyed the little, the fucking yellow pants shit and like MC talk. That was actually really funny. That whole exchange and stuff, especially when Natsuki showed up and he was just like, sure, yeah, whatever. Like, he didn't even explain himself to her. I thought that was really funny, too. Those were some funny scenes. But, yeah. So far, I don't know. I've kind of already said a lot of my opinions on this. It's really just it's just kind of just giving me the same vibe I got from Exit Music when it came out. It's just the same vibe I got from Exit Music. You know? It's just like... It's the same vibes I got from Redux, I guess, but I would say this is more akin to original Exit Music, more so than Redux, because Redux's issues more so came from the fact that Natsuki is more unlikable than everybody else. Like, the original Exit Music made everyone else unlikable, and then made the person you're with, like, you know, it's like they made them all weird and out of character. This one, it's like, they're slight out of character stuff, but it's only for the main character being Monika and maybe Sayori. So, yeah, I don't know. This one just feels weird. But, yeah, I mean, who knows? We're still in Act 2. I think there's only one more act. It's Act 3. So, I'll have to see what happens. Anyway, that is it. If you want to download this mod for yourself, the link will be below. And, yeah, this has been Zero. Peace.
Hello.